welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, Challenger Scorpion. Jason returns with his Death Guard in... Oh yeah, it's a grudge match, isn't it? Yeah, so it's revenge, grudge, whatever you want to call it here, against the Tau. Played against each other before, cracker of a game. As per usual, Chaos Space Marines sensing some injustice here, and then build up of revenge. It's been building up for weeks, a couple of months here, so they're getting ready to pour out their vengeance against this Tau force. So a little bit different this one. For the first time ever on the channel, we're going to play a UKTC style game. So the terrain, the setup of the terrain, the way we're going to play the game is going to be according to that. So very interested to see how this one works out. Still going to play, we'll both try as hard as we can for sure, but going by the UKTC format for this fight. So we'll run through the Tau list first of all. Run the double commanders, the two commanders to fight alongside each other. Commander NATO across here with his quad plasma rifles, 2 shield drones being taken for him. Example of the Cadian enhancement being granted to him as well. Second in command, an enforcer battlesuit with quad fusion blasters. It's Commander Ghost Tide. With the points adjustments, the latest ones from Games Workshop, things have gone up a bit for the Tau, so I've dropped his enhancements, no extra upgrade being taken for him. Again, 2 shield drones. Then each of those will join a Crisis Battlesuit team. So fire knife configuration across here, 3 of them taking twin or 2 plasma rifles each. Then drones, there's 1 marker drone in each of these squads. A shield drone being taken on each of the models, and then 2 gun drones. Same drone configuration for the Sunforge team across here. The weapon loadout is double fusion blaster for each of those. The idea is the commander joins each of them. Then staying on the right hand side, Piranhas have kept them in a squad of 3, taken fusion blasters, gun drones, and 2 seeker missiles on each of those. Ghosts kill the 2 drones, cyclic iron raker for the main weapon, and twin fusion blaster. 2 hammerheads with the railguns, smart missile systems, and 2 seeker missiles. A devilfish with 2 seeker missiles, with 10 breachers. The drone configuration for all my infantry squads has changed. I'm going for Guardian drone, gun drone in each. Squad of 10 breachers, 2 squads of regular strike teams, 2 squads of 10. Broadsides are in, still keeping them as a squad of 3. Heavy rail rifles, seeker missile on each, and the twin plasma rifle option. Cadre Fireblade, an Ethereal, and I've dropped his upgrades, it's just a bare bones Ethereal. 2 shield drones being taken on each of those characters, just to give them a little bit extra protection. And then finally, I have managed to keep both of the stealth teams in. Fusion Blaster being taken on each squad, and the drone configuration for them is marker drone and shield drone, I believe, been taken for those. 1 marker drone being taken for the broadsides, and the rest I'm taking the missile drones. So that's the list for the Tau. The Tau commander this time, one of our Phoenix Lords, will be Vagabond, so I'm going to put him onto Commander NATO for this game. Sub-Commander, Commander Ghost Tide, will be Sparks, one of our Autarch supporters on channel membership. We've split the Patronic dice. We use them all now in our games, 10 each, the way it works out at the moment. So calling upon assistance for the Tau will be some Tau commanders for sure. Nate Miller, Sparks, who plays Tau as well. Martin, Vagabond the commander, he plays Tau also. Connor Collins, another Tau player. Ray Cross, Carl Roden, Blood Angels Ryan, Nicholas Lucas, Michael Fryer, and Chris Heim. That's the list for the Tau. We'll take a look at the Death Guard list next, which has changed, I think, since last time. Alright, so welcome back to the channel here for Jason with his Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. Great to have them on the channel once again, but we're going for UKTC style game, Revenge Battle, and then changing the list here. We'll let Jason run through what he has.
So yeah, you've got obviously new codex came out after our last game.
Oh yes.
And some units have changed, and I'm going to say now that some units are a bit spicy, extra spicy, should we say. Go from left to right, so you've got 10 Poxwalkers. These now gained Infiltrate, so they're not just a useless unit. A Rhino with 6 Plague Marines led by Foul Blightspawn. I'm not going to go through all the rules now because we'll be here forever, but we'll do it in game.
Yeah.
Lord of Contagion leading 3 Death Shroud. Tallyman. Typhus leading another 3 Death Shroud. Mortarion himself. You then got 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. 2 Fetid Bloke Drones with Heavy Blight Launchers. They're not lead, but they're going to be with the Lord of Virulence. He's got the enhancement Tendrillous Emissions, which gives him Lone Op and buffs to the units around him.
Okay.
And then lastly, you've got a Myphitic Blight Hauler, because they got buffed as well.
Okay.
It's in Running Mortarion's Hammer. Is the
You've got detachment choices now, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So this is where at the start of the battle, I pick 2 of your units. They have to be over 12 inches away from any of my units. And they, for the rest of that turn, are in affliction range.
Oof.
And my affliction for this game is going to be -1 to the armour.
Oof. Right, okay. Handy. Okay, and then we'll just go through commanders here. So Jason has chosen Chris Comiskey here, so he will go on to Mortarion.
Yeah, big M, yeah.
Okay, and then second in command, Notorious Wayne, who would be
Typhus
across here. That's one of the All-Tark supporters on the channel. And then Jason could call upon some gold level Patreons during the game for some crucial dice rolling. Michael German, who plays Chaos Space Marines. The near side, who plays Chaos Demons. Lee C, who plays Emperor's Children, Midnight Miniatures. Longbow BB himself, who's playing today. And then Sam Hermes, Dave Humphreys, Darth Windu, who plays Chaos Demons, Plumhammer, and then Chris Comiskey here as well. All right, so that's the list here for the Death Guard and for both sides. We will now take a look at scenario and deployment for this mission. All right, so we are playing the UKTC style games. You do get to pick from the primary missions from the new deck. So we've gone for Linchpin here for this battle. Deployment zone is the table quarters option. So it's all marked out nicely for us on this battle map from GameMap.eu, but just to show you our deployment zone a bit more clearly, we have put out some dice. So orange dice marking the deployment zone for the Tau over in this table quarter. And then Jason marking out his deployment zone across there of his dice, like so. So that's his table quarter. There's 5 objectives on the board. So 1 dead centre. As per usual, 2 others in no man's land, 1 here and 1 across the other side. We mark these with the usual 40mm size objective markers, but then also these templates here, which give you the perfect 3-inch circumference, so you can tell whether models are in range of objectives or not. Home objective each, this one here, and then this one across the other side, the home objective over there, and the marker for that's just tucked around the other side for the Death Guard. So 5 objectives in total. So no twists in this style game. You can draw upon, both of us are going to go for the random draw on secondaries. Challenger cards are also available if you're trailing by 6 or more points during the game. And then for Linchpin, turn 2 onwards. If you do control your home objective marker, and it's quite crucial that you do, if you do control it, you get 3 points to that objective, and then 5 points for any of the other objectives on the board, capped at the max of 15 points per turn. If you don't control your home objective, you can still pick up points, but it's only 3 points per objective outside of your deployment zone. So that's the game. The terrain, I think, clarify now for us.
So it's basically
the way this works
is all closed, so you can't be seen, but also you cannot see out of.
Right.
And then if you
that's
go
on these. This one, lower floor, here,
Yep.
here. All of them except these 2. They're open ruins.
Yeah, they're called new ruins, so you can't see through it. They're still obstructing.
Well, they're still obscuring, right?
Obscuring, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're in it, you can see and be seen.
Okay.
Vehicles will have to be wholly within, so you can't just nip a vehicle onto the edge. They
Yes.
have to be fully. As far obviously the vehicle is going to be a bigger template than the ruin.
Yes.
But if the vehicle is fully on it, then it can be seen.
Interesting. Right. Okay. So no tapping in to see through to the other side. Fine. And we're pretty much saying then that all the terrain is obscuring, right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
The other thing as well,
Yes.
if you want to put models on top, the base has to fully fit. If one little bit hangs over, can't go on top.
Oh boy, strict stuff. Okay. So it's quite crucial the size they make these. I'm presuming 40mm.
Yeah, they're very precise.
Right. Okay. So yeah, some we'll talk about it as we go along, but for tournament scene stuff, there are some quite strict rules, but again, the intent behind it is to keep things fair for both sides. We'll now start alternating place units on the board next. So the battle mat that we're using in this game is from gamemat.eu. It's a double-sided mat, 60 by 44, cyberpunk design on one side, and then you get the Mars design on the other. It rolls out nice and flat, comes in a zip carry case, figure-friendly, quiet and dice rolling as well, and this one comes with the inch markings that run around at all the edges. Great for setting up the terrain and also putting out objectives as well. And then also all of the markings for the missions as well, so all of the deployment zones. Also dead center is marked for you, just with that white dot there. You can see the circle running around. So very, very useful for deployment, but also crucially during the middle of the game when you're trying to figure out who's in what deployment zone and so on. So useful for tracking that. Check out gamemat.eu, link for them in the video description below. And you'll also find a discount code for 11% off across the store. That's going to apply to all of their battle mats and pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. And they are shipping worldwide. In regards to the terrain we're using in this game for ITC, Jason's going to run through just briefly what he has here and how this stuff works. This is 3D printed, right?
Yeah, so we basically got a guy that designed this. We pay the commercial license so we can 3D print it and sell it. It comes as a full pack. This is painted. I mean, this is literally a couple of hours work with an airbrush. It all slots together, and the thing with these is, unlike the other sets, that the MDF sets, is that they break down, so you can get the whole army, the whole army's worth of battle
into a box that size.
That size like that.
Okay. Great for transporting around and for storage as well.
It's pretty hardy as well, so it's I say because it's pretty thick plastic.
And this is a full set for an ITC game.
Yes.
I'm seeing 4 of these.
It's 4 of those. 4 of these.
These ones here, yeah.
Detachable tops. 2 of these new ruins, and these slot together, like so.
All right, okay.
And then 2 of the big home base kind of projectors, and again, the whole thing collapses down.
So the layers come off.
Yeah, they're just held in by the trench kind of system there.
Okay, and then they just break down and not fully flat pack, but break down and stack inside each other and so on.
Yeah.
Nicely inside the box. Okay, so we will leave a link for these in the video description below. You get a hold of your own set, but if you're into serious ITC competition stuff, this is a proper scaled and appropriate set that you can use. Looks smart as well, as Jason says, it packs down really good. Nicely 3D printed. Right, correction. I'm saying ITC, it's UKTC.
Yes.
Right, it's the United Kingdom Tournament Circuit.
Yeah.
This terrain is the correct size for that. On the international scale, I'm not so sure about that one. Maybe each region has their own specific rules, but for the UK, this stuff is the correct size and so on. But check out the link below. You can get a hold of this terrain set for your own games. So we're just showing you how the terrain's set up. According to the map, depends what mission you're playing, but you go by something like this. Gives you all the precise measurements. The idea behind it is that you get perfect balance with the terrain. It's totally fair for either side. There's no terrain advantage in the game because everything is mirrored. Same setup across the board and all the way around. So, and everything's measured precisely. We go by the inch guidelines across here. And again, just using the mat to help us with that. These go down first. This has given us perfect boundaries for distance to objectives. You can see clearly if models are in or outside of that zone without the arguments over measuring and so on. So it's really giving you an idea of how things work in tournaments where it's paramount that things are kept fair for both sides. So we're using these. You don't have to use, we're just using these on the table because it just visually helps you see where the objectives are. There's 5 objectives on the table. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 across here. And then as we mentioned, the terrain's been laid out precisely according to the mission. All right, so deployment's done for both sides. One thing I noticed about UKTC, you have to go around the other side of the opponent's table to see what's going on because the terrain physically, visually, is very solid, so you have to sort of see what's going on. Terrain I can see is very crucial as well, and there's plenty of, I suppose this is the correct balance of obscuring, but there is a lot of it on the board. I mean, even these ruins here count as obscuring as well, so it's going to be a tough enough task for the tower to get their angles for their firepower. And if they don't, they'll be dead. Anyway, so we'll go with the fire warriors across here, deploy right up to their deployment zone, a stealth team with them, Delfish with breaches inside, joined by the Cadre Fireblade, Trying to find a decent enough angle. Broadsides are set up across here, just looking out across the board towards the central objective. One hammerhead here. Strike team anchoring the home objective. Stealth team here. Hammerhead here. As Ghost Kill, one of the last units to deploy on the right hand side of its eyes on the objective, but again not being too bold here with Death Guard units not too far away. But as you can see, look, all I can see from here is Mortarion and the top of a tank. That's it, everything else is hidden away. We'll go around to the other side of the board for the Death Guard deployment. Plenty of reserves, they're inside their transport, they're flanking, and then deep striking with these two units of commanders and crisis battlesuit teams. Death Guard, just call out their reserves, so Typhus and his Death Shroud Terminators, and then the Lord of Contagion with his 3 Death Shroud Terminators in reserve, Blight Hauler in reserve as well. They're inside their Rhino Transport, which is just tucked in here. Then Mortarion here, deployed quite centrally. Again, bear in mind this is all obscuring terrain. Poxwalkers get infiltrate. They're almost like the infected populace. So they're over here. Jason's deployed them in the way where they're just outside of the objective, just in case a secondary is drawn, where you can try and take out units on objectives and so on. Then Plague Burst Crawler.
Well done.
I remembered. One here. I was waiting to call that out as one of the last because I was trying to go through my mind, trying to remember what it was. This one here. There's one here on the home objective. Indirect fire, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Very useful for this style game. And then bloke drones.
Yeah.
2 of them. Tallymans with them. And also the newer model as well. The Lord of Virulence is with them as well. Okay, so deployment's done. All is as fair as you could possibly get, right? He wants his revenge. If you like this style game, we're branching. Well, we're going to dabble with this experimental game. If you like this style, we love the narrative on the channel, of course, but I can't see any harm in playing a few games like this just to get a flavour of the tournament scene here with the terrain, the way the game plays, the rules for it as well. And by all means, we could have people on the channel like to build the most tournamenty style lists, and I could challenge them with the narrative, because I'm a firm believer that narrative always wins. No.
This isn't technically a full tournament list, because the tournament list would be 3 of those drones.
Yes.
3 crawlers. I can't say my own units. You wouldn't have Mortarion.
Wouldn't?
No. You'd have
okay.
Probably just have more units of Plague Marines because they're really good.
Yes. So we could have, maybe on the channel, we could have some people come on that really are like hardcore players, and then we could throw them against. I could either tailor a list, build a list that's as strong as I could make it, and sort of make narrative sort of a secondary thing, or I could take a narrative list that I think is quite good and then pit it against a tournament army. And
I think also because it's coming into tournament season, especially in the UK, and I know it is in the US as well, but people could also give their ideas of what things you should perhaps take.
Of course, comment section's open. Add what units you'd add and take away for both of these armies here, by all means. Let us know in the comment section below. We're not going into hardcore mode and tournament mode on the channel. It's going to stay narrative. That's the way we love to play it. But there is no harm in checking out this way to play it as well, for sure. So if you like this concept and idea, want to see more, do leave a thumbs up and a comment, share the video, and maybe we'll see some more games like this. Depends how it goes. If you make me miserable, I'll just shut the whole thing down. We'll go on to the first turn of the game. We'll roll up then to see who goes first. Got a bad feeling about this, but anyway. He's got his Nurgle tray over there. Tau going first. They are. Whether that's good, it's not good, right? Because you're happy. Because I can't see nothing. We'll go on to the first turn of the game here. Tau to make the first move, but we can't see anything here. Just an empty city at this stage. So turn 1 here for the tower. It's a tricky one because stuff's so well hidden. I suppose that's a regular thing in 90s, or UKTC games. So secure no man's land and no prisoners. So destroy an enemy unit if possible or more. Then secure no man's land, grabbing 1 or 2 of the no man's land objectives. But the danger is if you move out to play, the opponent can then counter that very quickly. So we've got to be careful here with the tower. We've been cursed, or something's happened to us.
It's a bombardment, which means that I picked 2 units, and then now classed as being afflicted.
Yeah.
Till the start of the next battle run.
Okay.
Which means they've got -1 armor, -1 toughness.
Oh, toughness 3 actually. They're toughness 4. So it's on that unit there, and then this unit here stuck in the middle. Both stealth teams basically have had that marker placed on them. Is that just your detachment roll, or someone from your army is placing that?
That's the detachment roll.
Right, so I can't get rid of it. Okay, we'll be afflicted for the tie game. We'll go on to movement here for the tower. Okay, so movement done for the tower. Very cautious, trying to play tactically, holding with moves with most units. But for no prisoners, I think it's not going to work. Secure no man's land, very doable. So instead of moving out here to tap onto this, because I'm going to get ambushed by stuff, we've tapped into here. The lip of that is inside the ruin. I don't have to go onto the ruin at all with this. You can just tap in right into that corner and count as holding. So we've grabbed that one. Slight shuffle, but hold. Hold with these. Hold. Move these away because there's potential infection problems with them. And then this one we've paid the points to pivot. We had to pivot to get through that gap. And then we rolled a 3, so 13-inch move in total. I didn't take the 2 off, so that's correct. Pulled him back 2 inches, but we have made it with the advanced move onto that objective. That's those 2 captured. I've got no shooting, can't see anything, moved out, and that'll be the end of the turn. So we have picked up 5 points for secure no man's lands. At least we've got some points on the board here. No prisoners, we will dump to pick up the extra CP, and that'll be the end of our first turn. We'll hand over to the Death Guard next and see what they do. Alright, so interrupting the move here with an Overwatch. Just going with my gut instinct. So these moved out here. One model, the squad's disembarked. The other side of that ruin, one model's just slipping onto this just to grab that objective as Jason pursues his secondaries, extend the battle lines, and secure no man's land. So big incentives to move out and grab these no man's land objectives. Poxwalkers, again, they're just tucked behind the terrain, but they had moved into range and now out OC me on that objective to claim that one. So that one's been grabbed. This one's just been grabbed. I don't think I'm going to wipe the unit with Overwatch, but we'll try and soften them up a little bit. Just firepower here from the broadside. They're in range 24. And we'll turn to... I've got an 8mm on this one. He's got a habit of rolling 6s. So we'll go with the heavy rail rifles first of all. We're not going to fire the missiles. We'll save those. I'm going to go for 6s. Okay, none. And then we'll go with missiles, which will be 10 shots in total. This is missile drones. And they all need 6s. There's 3. We're going to struggle to kill a model here. It's going to be 3s to wound. Straight 7.
T6.
Yeah. And 2 wounds. Even -1, bit of cover. 2 saves, a 3+. Should be straightforward stuff.
Both good.
And both passed. Okay. A warning shot sent here by the tower, but it'll be ignored by the Death Guard. And Jason did advise me not to shoot. I struggled to take advice from a Nurgle player, but we'll go on to the rest of his move here. All right, so you can see there's the Poxwalkers tucked in. They now control that objective. As after Overwatch, the Rhino is freer to move around. So let's move around to here. Remember, this is obscuring terrain. So Jason's just tucking in against that. Well, terrain's happy to sit. These are happy to sit with their indirect fire. And then continue to hold this area for now, because really you've fulfilled what you've set out to do with the secondaries. Anyway, that's movement done. We're going to shooting phase next. Visibility is huge in this. There's a lot of stuff hidden. Majority of armies remain hidden here. Tau tucked away mostly. Jason's just sending out particular units, but very much keeping most of the army hidden away for now, at least. I suppose both armies are heavy on reserves, though, which will change things up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, firepower.
Right. So, because, I mean, it might make a difference, but the Rhino's going to shoot into the broadsides. Okay. Because the Marines got out of the Rhino this turn, after the rhino shoots at them, when they shoot, one guy with a bolter shoots, I can reroll a wound.
Okay.
But I can't expect it to do much.
Okay. That's why we shot Overwatch. Because I'd shoot before you. It's just a towel thing. Okay.
So it's just going to be Havoc Launcher into the...
broadsides.
That's
after.
them, thank you. So it's just D6, no blast. 5. Hitting you on 3s.
Okay. Yeah, we're going dice tray here as well, so we're going very official.
And strength 5, so it's going to be 5 to wound.
Okay.
Just one save, no AP.
Okay. 2 up. A pass. Okay.
And then bolters, again, I'm not expecting much. It's just 3 hits. That's lethal.
Okay.
So one more save, no AP.
2+. I'm refusing to use the dice tray here. I'm rolling 2 6s so far. So. He's trying to infect my dice.
Plague Ring's going to shoot into them with his bolt gun.
Yeah.
So hitting you on 3s. I need to hit.
So sorry, just to clarify on the rules. So your other Marines that are behind that wall, they cannot physically see through it either. Right, interesting. Righty-ho.
So I've got 1 lethal.
Yep.
1 hit. But the big part about that is they're now afflicted.
Ooh.
It's after we resolve this shooting.
Sure.
So they
You've
don't
got
get
your
the
hit.
benefits of this, but anything else shooting into them, they're -1 toughness and an extra -1 save.
Yeah.
So you've got 1 wound. You've got 2 saves, no AP.
Pass, just about.
There we go. So that was basically the whole reason for that. Is him to get the objective.
Yeah.
Do the secondaries. You're going to have to come into the middle now unless you want me to start scoring linchpin points.
Mm-hmm.
And to get some shots down onto the broadsides.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm going to do, these 2 bloke drones.
Yes.
They're going to go into the broadsides.
Oh, they can see they've got an angle.
Yeah.
Right, okay. There is going to be some decent firepower here. Okay.
All the virulence is next to them as well.
Yes.
So this is where all things start stacking up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do the first shot, which is D6 +2.
Yep.
We'll use Mr. Comiskey.
Ah. Kicking things off. Patreon being used.
So that's 4 +2 is 6 shots.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, and I did say off camera I was going to use the CP to re-roll hits. So it's Drawn to Despair.
Yep.
So hitting you on 3, 6s are lethal, re-rolling. Oh, that's pretty good to start, really.
Okay.
So that's 2 lethal.
Yes.
Now these are your T6 normally, right?
Yes.
You're now T5. I'm strength
Afflicted.
10.
And 2's to wound, that's quite helpful.
And I can re-roll 1s because of Lord of Virulence.
Ah.
So you've now got 6 saves.
Yes.
At -3 goes down to -2 because of cover. Each one's flat 3 damage.
Okay. 4 ups. We passed most. 2 go through.
6 damage.
6 damage. Yeah, that's not very nice. We'll go for a command reroll. And I think it'll be worth it at this stage, just to try and keep some damage away. And we don't, so we'll take 6. So we'll drop down to 2 wounds left on one of these models. Ouch.
Rinse and repeat with the second drone.
Uh-oh.
It's big 8 shots.
They got long range all of a sudden. I suppose there's 2 different options. The flamer option.
Yeah, so they're actually a different data sheet now, so you can take more drones in your army.
Cool.
So hitting you on 3s and re-rolling. 2 lethal. All hit. Wounding you on 2s.
Yep.
Re-rolling 1s. Oops. Is that tray? So you've got 8 saves, again at 4 up.
Okay. And is that seen on the tournament scene? All dice rolls in the tray? Or is that just a personal
just
thing?
keep them contained, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. So what have we got here? 8?
8.
Okay. I have a larger expense. We say as long as the dice is on the table.
Would you like to use trays or is it?
So I'm going for 4s again, right? Same as before. We're rolling above average, but the damage is still going to come through here. So that's 9 damage, right? So it's going to destroy. I'm just going to keep that 2, take him off, and then just shift it across. Because a 3 damage will kill him. And then 6 damage off him. I'm going to remove that to remind me that we've got less missile drones. We've lost one of those. That's really good firepower from that unit across the other side. Ouch.
So the other two bits of firepower I've got now are the two indirects.
Yes.
I think the first one is going to go into the broadside squad.
Broadsides
Now
again.
it's down to 2 wounds. It's worth
Trying to finish him off. Yeah, gotcha.
So it's D6 plus 3.
Okay.
No blast benefit. So it's 6. 5, 6. So hitting you on 4s because it's indirect.
Mm-hmm.
But again, because of the reroll. So 4s and 6s are lethal.
Okay.
It's 1 lethal. That's 2 lethal, 1 hit. It's strength 8, so it's going to be wounding you on a 3.
And where's the reroll coming from?
So it's come from the stratagem, Drawn to Despair. So it's going to be rerolls on any unit that shoots into that unit.
Ah, gotcha.
So you've now got 3 saves. Now,
Just like
normally, indirect, you get benefit of cover. I'm -1, and you got affliction. So it basically works out you're at -1. So you've got 3 saves of 3 up.
Yep. And that stratagem that you're playing is a little bit like a corrupted version of Oath of Moment, right?
Yeah. It's better because it's chaos.
It's better. Sorry. Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, it is. that's true. Right. So 3s. I can see 1's gone through. 1 has gone through. It's going to be enough damage.
2.
Damage 2. That's what you needed.
Now, the extra part of this being a plague burst crawler is that
Keep that one on.
I now roll to see if they take any mortal. So, because they're afflicted, it's a 5+. Any non-afflicted is a 6+. So, the broadsides, nope. And that unit's within 3.
It is, yeah.
So they're going to be on a 6 because they're not afflicted. No, so
Nearly.
they're being better for broadsides, but yeah.
Okay.
So, second plague burst crawler.
Yes. This heavy gun's been cut down here for the tower. It's a shame. Would love to have shot back, but
That's why I'm trying to get rid of
go after them, yeah. So, Jason's going after the middle stealth team.
So that's 8 shots.
8 shots.
There's no rerolls here. And we'll go with, for the damage, Michael Germain.
Okay.
We're actually going to go to the hits first, sorry. 1, 3, 4, 6.
I've got stealth, but I think you're -1 anyway.
-1 anyway because it's indirect, yeah. So looking for 6s really, but 4s are a hit. Oh, there's only 3 misses, that's not bad.
That's good shooting.
Now, because you're afflicted, you're now toughness 3. I'm strength 8.
Those.
So that's 5 saves at -1, effectively.
5 saves at -1. 2 go through.
So that's 2 damage pop.
2 damage pop. Ouch. Okay. We'll go 1 of those. And then the drone on the squad leader takes us to 3 wounds. Because we're running shield drone, gun drone.
I've got a roll for the mortals as well yet. So.
Yeah. I'll lose the fusion guy. Yeah, no, we'll play it that way and we'll just suffer the consequences for it.
Then on a 5 up, they take mortals.
Yes.
Which they don't. They're fine.
Okay, right. So that's the situation with them. All right, good shooting. Anything else?
That's it for the first turn.
Okay, end of turn. We're going to update the score. Well, charges, no, obviously.
No.
Okay. I can sense, I can feel the tactical play going on here, like careful decisions being made. May get a lot more messy later on. Full points, or the full amount of points coming through, 5 and 4 for the fulfillment of those 2 secondaries. So it puts the Death Guard in the lead. 9 points to 5, very early stages in this game. Some units have come out here, so the tower can figure out how to deal with those. We'll see what secondaries we draw. We're going to get some points being picked up. Looks like 3 here and 4 across here for this one, at least.
5 for that.
5. Oh yeah, 3 and 5. Great. We'll go on to turn 2 for the tower next. So, turn 2 here for the tower. Cards drawn, they're not too bad for us here. Bring it down, so destroying something big, if we can find it on the board. And then overwhelming force as well, destroying enemy units on objectives. As we said, 3 points and 5 picked up, so that's not too bad for linchpin for us, just keeping those points coming in. If you enjoy games, you want to see more, and want to help support the channel, do join us on YouTube channel membership. Link below, or you can go to channel homepage and hit the join button. You can also join the ranks of the Patreons as well, such as the gold level Patreons for the Patronic Dice and all of our battle reports. And then for discount 40k, link below for gamingfigures.com for discounted Warhammer 40,000, other gaming systems and accessories and so on. And for painting commissions, do check out Art W Studio, link for them as well in the video description below. We'll press on with a move here. I think we've got some idea of what we can do to get some more points on the board. So movement finished for the tower. We're lining up some return firepower across here. So holding with the broadside, lining up here with the stealth team moving across. Hammerheads emerged to lend some firepower support. Not moving with those. Not moving with those. Hammerheads emerged, pushing forwards with some shots potentially in this direction. Can't see the rhino though. Holding onto this objective across here. There's no point coming out. And then there's been some manoeuvring over on the other side in that corner. Breaches. We moved around here. We're just checking the 9-inch denial zone for reserves coming on. So, as breaches emerging from the devilfish, they were overwatched by this, took 2 casualties, but they've lined themselves up for shots across here. And then we have brought the piranhas on. We've angled them just about so all 3 can see through to here, potentially put some shots into the plague burst crawler. So that's movement done here, not full committal yet by the tower, just trying to work their way around, get decent angles as best as we can. We'll go on to shooting phase for them next. So I'm using the breaches to light up the plague burst crawler. Going to offload our missiles, everything else is out of range. We'll offload our missiles from the piranhas. It's going to be 2 shots each. We'll turn to a tower player. Where is he? Connor Collins. 6 attacks. Needing 3s.
Just checking Walterian's ability.
Yes.
Because he's got his...
Cloud of flies or something?
No, it's not that. It's basically he's got 3 things he can do per turn.
Yes.
One of them is that I can, if you shoot my unit, it can shoot you back.
Right. Uh-oh.
Inflamed reprisal.
Yeah, so it's not an ability that's just checking the rules there. If it's an ability that has to be chosen, like in the command phase, for example, but it's not. It's just you pick it as you need it during the turn. So we may well see this thing return fire. But we'll shoot anyway. So we'll go for 4s to hit becomes 3s to hit because we're being guided in. And Connor Collins for help. Yeah, it ain't bad. 1's missed, 5 hits. Right, strength 14.
3s to win.
3s to win. 3 go through. I'm mighty tempted to try and tip it over to 4. Or command reroll this one. Yes, okay, we'll take that away. So we have stripped cover.
Mm-hmm.
And
it goes down to 5 up invuln save.
Yeah, I'm seeing if we can get it that low. AP is my -3, yeah. So 5+ invulnerable save.
Save 1.
Save 1. Do you want to command reroll? These are damage of D6 + 6. No, that's the railgun. D6 + 1.
Super missiles.
D6 + 1. So it'll be 3d6 + 3 damage.
I will actually. I'll try. Yeah.
Okay. No. There's a chance for us to try and get this vehicle if you roll well enough. We've used our command reroll.
Yes.
Connor Collins says, God, talk about, wow. 17, 20 damage.
Doesn't blow up.
He should be tuning into this one. He's on the WhatsApp group for the Autarchs, but wow, he shares his models all the time. They're amazingly painted. Shout out to him. But God, we're using his dice again. God. Target destroyed. Good shooting. All right, won't celebrate too much. Revenge is a dish best served.
I don't think you can because
Nurgle.
it says after you finish making your attacks, but it doesn't say if it's before or after saving throws. So
it could be dependent on your survival. Like you return fire if you survive.
yeah, so I'm going to say I don't want to take the shots if it wasn't.
Yeah,
So
we'll check the rules on this. Yeah. Yeah, we're carefully reading the rules for this one. Formal Tarian. I'm going to go through this and you can let us know what you think in the comment section below. I think we've got this resolved, but do let us know if you think otherwise. So what we're talking about here is his ability to let him shoot back after I've shot at him with the piranhas. In your opponent's shooting phase, when a friendly Death Guard unit within 6 inches of this model, which is the situation, is selected as the target of an attack, that model can use this ability. So it makes you choose when and where to use it, but the logical choice was to put it on there. There's no other units really that would be shooting back. So Jason chose this unit, that's fine. If it does, after the attacking unit is finished making its attack, so we then get to resolve all of our shooting, which we did, and we saw the results. That's fine, because we were wondering if it was something that was done. Jason would get to shoot before I even make my attacks, but it's not the case. We get to do ours. So if it does, after the attacking unit is finished making its attacks, that Death Guard unit can shoot as if it were your shooting phase. But when resolving those attacks, it can only target the enemy unit and only if it is an eligible target. I think we're working with the presumption that this unit would survive and then get to shoot as if it were a shooting phase. But it can't shoot as if it were a shooting phase because it's dead. And it's not an ability where you shoot on death like some other factions have, like James's tank commander says. He has a rule where it's if you die, you get to shoot before you're removed from play. I think it's like 2+. But in this case, I think the way that's worded is it's normal shooting attacks back, and dead units don't do normal shooting attacks. I think that's the way it is. But if you disagree with that, do let us know in the comments section. I think that's correct. We're going to play it that way, but do let us know in the comments if you think otherwise. Interesting point of discussion, this one. So kind of a fluke result. I was hoping to destroy that target, but just a good number of wounds got through and then rolled, as you saw, exceptionally high on the damage rolls. The Piranhas made their mark. All their missiles now have been used up. We'll press on. We'll pick another unit here to shoot with. Okay, firepower on the other side. Breaches. The numbers cut down from Overwatch quite crucially, actually. You can offload their shots. I was tempted to go with the grenade stratagem. If I do, Jason's going to remove certain models, so then it will limit the amount of models that can shoot. So I'm just going to rely on their firepower here. So Breacher team, 2 shots each, 7 of them, so that's 14 shots. The Cadre Fireblade is giving them an extra shot each. Extra one, yeah, +1 to attacks characteristics of that weapon. We have lit them up with the Devilfish, and we'll turn to Sparks, who plays Farsight Tau, and we're looking for 2s because they start on 3s, +1 to the rolls. No rerolling 1s, and I can see some already. Oh no, there's loads. Okay, so 5 1s. The rest have hit. 6s don't mean anything yet at this stage. Trying to wound. They're in range of an objective marker. We're rerolling wound rolls. We're looking at 3s. I'm glad we're rerolling here, so we're just going to take those successes. Jason gets cover. It's scrubbed by the AP -1. Reroll these ones. That tips it nicely over for us. So we're looking at 15. Feel no pains of 5+ on these. And there's some coming through.
3, 6.
I think it's a squad of 10.
1 left.
Ow. Oh, look here.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. They're dead then.
Just
3,
about.
6, 7, 10, yeah.
10, all right. Cadre Fireblade was still to fire, but that's fine. Squad gone. Just about. The Overwatch almost messed up our opportunity to wipe out the unit. Okay, target destroyed. Right, next bit of firepower. A real exchange of firepower here. Despite the density of the terrain, there are sort of some angles where you can cut right through, sort of narrow corridors of firepower. One of them is running across here. So broadside, which hasn't moved, return fire against the back drone across there. So we'll fire our 2 missiles. They're range 72, and the heavy rail rifle. So again, we'll turn to Vagabond for this one. He plays Farsight Tau as well. Heavy rail rifle shots. Remain stationary, lit up. We need 2s. Rerolling 1s because it's a stealth team. Ah! Crucial. I'm going to try and wound on a 3. And it's devastating wounds. So it's going to be straight up D6 +1 damage. 5 and 1, 6 wounds caused. Not sure how many wounds. I think I have something like 9 wounds and things.
10 wounds.
10 wounds.
10 wounds.
Okay. So dropping down to 4 wounds left. We'll then turn to the missiles. I wonder if they have the heavy keyword. Seeker missiles. They don't. So these will be on 3s to hit. 2 shots. 2 hits. 3s to wound. 2 wounds come through. Not devastating. Cover stripped with the Mark-like keyword. So we're looking at -3.
The Seeker missiles.
Yes.
They only get 1 Seeker missile, don't they?
Firing it like a hammerhead. It's only meant to be 1 dice going through here.
Saved.
And Jason saved it. Ah, damage would have been. Have to find out 2. That's okay. Right, in which case we'll do the hammerhead against the same target. Try and do a good job on one of these. So we'll loose both missiles. Just take those away. They're reminders. Take the one away from here. Different story if I had the full squad of those. Anyway, we'll go here. So again, 2 missiles this time. And the railgun. We'll go railgun on this one. We'll turn to Chris Heim for this firepower. And we're looking at... Are you vehicle keyword?
I'm just checking. I think it is.
Yes. Because I get some kind of bonus here. +1 to hit rolls. I think I'm on 2s. So I'm targeting a vehicle for +1 to hit roll, +1 to the ballistic skill, coming from the marker light ability, so yeah, it's 2s. Jason knows he's a tower player. We've got our hit, and then we're looking at 2s. Strength 20, yes. It's 8 minus 5 cover stripped.
Nope.
Goes through and it's dead. Damage of d6 + 6. Okay, target remove. One of them gone. Glad to see it go. One of them remains though untouched. We'll go hammerhead. I'll save our missiles, and we're just going to put a railgun shot straight into the belly of one of those plague marines, and some seeker missiles. Missed. Get our free reroll. Hit. 2s for a wound.
Ooh.
And failed. And we'll leave it at that. Okay. Just blew off an infected arm or something. Just some kind of splat noise. Smart missile systems. Like so. Trying to wound. Yes. And no minus, just normal.
Fine.
Saved. And I think that's the end of shooting here for the tower. Not too bad though, causing some damage or wiping out some units here for the Death Guard. We can update the score, obviously no charges to take place. So end of turn points coming for okay for the tower, 8 points for primaries. Then we got 4 points for bring it down, and 3 points for overwhelming force, destroying enemy on an objective, which was the pox of walkers. So tower had a little bit of strength over in this corner, base of firepower across here, and then just biding their time waiting. So the spread of the tower is quite healthy at this stage. Conscious of Death Guard reserves, which are potent for sure. We've held off our battle suits as well as a counter. So the game's really just on a simmer here. It's building up. And things, as we've said, could get very messy. All nice and technical and gentlemanly and smart ties and clean shirts at this stage, but things could get turn into a bit of a spaghetti dinner in a moment when reserves and close combats, our dread, our phobia, start taking place. But we'll see what happens. We've gone to the second turn of the game for the Death Guard next. All right, so turn 2 here for the Death Guard. Squads emerged, moved through to the middle, and then leapt onto this objective across here. Mortarian's moved around. He's made his decision, and he's heading across to the right-hand side. Close enough for potential charges. Some firepower from him over into this corner. Is this adjusted itself? I think it's, yes.
He's slightly slip forward to get a clear line. So.
Yeah, he's looking for an angle across here. Multiple options. Obviously, got the indirect fire available with him. Tallyman tucked in here. And then there has been a dash now. So paying a CP to break through the wall.
Yep.
Very cool. And the rest of these swing around advance move. I take it with him to get onto the objective. And then moving up here with the new model called a Death Guard unit.
Lord Virulence.
Virulence. Okay. So clustering onto that objective. He's lipped on a bed. Yeah, he has. Yes. So yes, so out OC control. But anyway, Blight Hauler's turned up here, and then with the rules now for Death Shroud Terminators, Typhus here as well, so you can land just over 6 inches away from enemy units and still charge. Yeah. And you can do that because it's a unit that you have put your curse thing onto. Yeah, very cool. So this charge is likely to go ahead. Nightmare for this Ghost Kill, who's just hidden here for most of the game. That's movement done. Looking to clear Tau off of 2, maybe 3 objectives. We'll go on to shooting phase next for the Death Guard. Rapid ingress. I was going to say no. I'm going to have a little bit more of a think and then make a decision. Okay, so we have dropped in here as a bit of a backup for us if that Devilfish goes. On that objective is just the Devilfish. If that's picked off, which it could be, I just want a backup unit on there. In the form of the second in command, so Commander Ghosttide has arrived. We've angled them so that he's just slipping onto the objective. I can be seen perhaps by a bolter or two, but spurter, flame things, 12-inch range, out of angle of the plasma gun as well, just trying to protect him. Shut off from Mortarian also, and I think from firepower across here mostly. So that's that move done. Paid a CP for rapid ingress with Commander Ghosttide. We're going to shooting phase next for the Chaos Space Marines. So these guys can see through to the piranhas, so they're going to do their shots.
So do the Blight Launch first. D3 shots.
Yep.
That's 2. 6 is lethal. So 1 hit. Basically, I just wanted the hit because you're now going to be like that. And strength 6 T7.
Yes, toughness 7.
5. No, nothing.
Okay.
Then 2 plasmas, not overcharging. Just standard.
Shooting it.
1 hit. Wounds, -2.
-2.
So you'll get a cover.
Catching cover, yeah. Failed.
1 damage.
1 damage. Okay, so the one in the far corner can drop down to 6 wounds left. A bolter. Or 2. A couple of bolter shots.
It's lethal.
Yep.
That's just 1 save, no AB.
Failed, so we'll take a wound, dropping down to 5 wounds left. Plague Burst Crawler is going to put his shots directly into the piranhas.
And 2 entropy into that.
Sorry, yes, the 2 entropy is going into Steelfish.
So we use Plum Hammer.
Plum Hammer, yep. Entropies?
Yep, so it's 1 hit.
Okay.
Strength, toughness skill.
7.
Of this.
Oh, sorry, no, 9.
This will be 3.
Yep.
Yep, so it's save, -3, -2 for cover.
5 plus then. Yes, holds, okay.
Then D6 +3 into them.
Yes.
It's 5. 3, 4. So 3's to hit, 6 is lethal. That's 1 lethal, 1 miss. Strength 8 should be 3 to wound.
Yep.
So you've got 3 saves and that -2 because you're afflicted.
Yes. Cover -1.
Yep.
5s though, because we start on 4s. Block none. Uh-oh.
It's 2, 4, 6, that's 1 dead.
Yep.
2 damage per time, so
You
hit.
can go, yeah. One in the corner's gone. Target destroyed.
And then to see if they take additional mortals,
Yes.
which they do,
Yes.
and they take another 1 mortal.
Yeah, so 1... Yep, that one there.
They like this one?
Down to 6, yep. Splashing?
He's not within 3, I don't think.
Weird. Oh, of
he
that
is.
model. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be on 6 because he's not afflicted.
Right. Gets it. D3.
Another
3. Okay. Delphish drops to 10, please, on him. Just put a 0 on there. Fine, count him down. Yeah, Mortarian's attack is going to go into the Devilfish. He doesn't want to shoot at breaches because he wants to keep the nice range.
Sustained, D3.
Oh, no.
So
2 shots.
Both hits.
Okay.
Strength 10.
Just catching there. What? Both have hit anyway, but the first dice rolled is a hit. You just then added.
Yes, well, that's number. That's the first one was a hit. Oh, it's actually lethal as well. So that one's lethal, and it's sustained. And I rolled a 1, so I've now got a wound you on the sustained shot.
Yes.
So that's wounding on a 3 because it's strength 10.
Yeah, all good. Yep.
So you've got 2 saves. -3 goes to -2.
5s again. No.
So that's 3 damage a pop.
Take it. It's dropping down to 4. Ouch. God, it's a powerful pistol.
A lantern.
The lantern.
The thing is, so he's got a psychic attack as well.
Yes.
So because the lantern's a pistol, you can't shoot the pistol and do the psychic. So you can shoot all ranged or all pistols.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it for him.
All right.
Hammerhead.
Yes, I knew it was coming. Not much we can do about
So
this.
6s. This is missile launcher. So
Okay.
because you're a vehicle, it's +1 to hit, +1 to wound.
Yeah.
And we use Dark Window.
Oh.
Hits.
Plays Chaos Demons.
Strength 9. You're afflicted, so you're T10 normally.
Yes.
So you're T9 now.
Yes.
So
4s.
before it's down to 3s, +1 to wound.
Nice.
No, it doesn't do it. Then here we go. This is the one I need. 2 hits.
Okay.
So strength 9, so 4s, down to 3s again. Just 1. Save at -4 goes to -5.
Okay.
So it's D6 damage at this range. So 6.
Waxed. Oh, no. Okay. Dropping down to all of a sudden down to 7. Wounds left.
Now Typhus is going to do his psychic into it.
Okay. Oh no! Don't lose a
So
hammerhead.
he does D6 mortals. So sorry, I rolled the 2.
Yeah.
So on a 1, he damages his own unit.
Yep.
2 to a 5, it's D6. On a 6, it's D3 +3. So I rolled 2, so it's now D6 mortals.
You can roll well here. You have. Down to 2 wounds left. All of a sudden, oh boy, hammerhead is in a sorry state.
I think that's all the shooting. It's going to go straight onto charges.
Oh, okay. So, Mortarion declare. Is that the order you want to do? Him declared first, or did you want to declare that first?
I'll declare Typhus first.
Just for the command rerolls. So we'll come to that in a second. So 6-inch charge. That's straight up 6-inch charge. 6 exactly. In they go. This is going to be mincemeat here. So that charge goes ahead. Jason's going to get the models in with the piling move, and then charge declared. I've paid a CP. I put the fish back in the barrel, right? So we've put the breaches back inside the transport vehicle. It's a 7-inch charge. We've checked this with the rules. A Mortarion
6, and that's why you save a CP.
Come on, reroll. He can reach the devilfish. Yes,
9.
he can on a 9. So in Mortarion goes. No, he didn't know. He can get to there. We've also had a chat about the rules. He can get to there.
He's too fat to get through.
But he's too... Well, yeah, I was going to say it in a politer way, but... he's too big to actually push through. You'd have to jump or go round as the option. So it sort of comes to the edge of that wall, but no further. But he can fight for it. The devilfish has got itself too close to the edge and therefore counts as engagement range. Okay, so pick combats. There's 2 combats that are...
Are you going to pay to interrupt?
It's tempting, but no.
I'll do Typhus first.
Okay, so pushed in and they can all fight. So take it away.
So they're going to do a... So your stats, your ghost kill, what's its toughness?
Yeah, it's tough enough. It's 12 wounds, toughness 8, 2 up save, no invuln. It does have 2 drones, which will work in either shooting or close combat. So when you allocate attacks, I can change one of those attacks to a 0, and I've got 2 of those.
That's a lot of attacks.
So right. You're saying I need 20 drones, basically.
So this is the... They're going to strike.
Yeah.
So your -1 toughness, you're now down to toughness 7. Because of
affliction range.
And it's going to be extra AP. So these are hitting on 2s, 6 is lethal.
Yes.
And then wounding you on 3s.
This is what we dread here for the tower, close combat against hyper elite close combat armies where we don't stand much of a chance.
3. 2 lethal.
2 lethals. Right, so you see your 2 lethals. I will just drone them up.
Yeah, okay.
Makes it easy. And you can roll to wound with the rest.
Can I say before you do that?
Yes.
In case he survives,
yes.
These are all 2 damage. When Typhus attacks, he's got 6 attacks at 3 damage.
I know.
Still do it?
What's your AP minus on those?
These are -3. Typhus is -3 as well.
And -3, including your nastiness?
Including the contagion, yeah.
-3, 2 up, 5 ups. And how many have you got in your hand?
3.
Gamble, survive, gamble,
Magic
survive.
number.
Yeah, it's for some. I'll keep the drones then on the gamble that will survive through to the next lot of attacks.
Okay. So 3's to wound.
3's to wound.
So drop 3.
Okay.
So 6 saves at -3. Each doing 2 damage.
5 ups to block. I need help from someone tough. Carl Roden with his chitinous Tyranids. He helps me a little bit. So 3 get through.
3, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So we're dropping down to 4 wounds left on him. Typhus.
6 attacks.
2's right.
Hit on 2, 6 is a lethal. So we drop 3, but you got 1 lethal.
Okay. 1 lethal, yep.
And then these are strength 9, so still going to win you on 3s.
3's to wound, yep.
So that's 2 at -3.
Drone them and live.
And live.
You have to face our close combat.
Over here.
Next. Right, 4 wounds to strip away. If Mortarion can't do this.
Well, I'm going to go. He's got a strike or a sweep.
Yeah.
So you're T9?
Yeah.
Now down to T8?
Yeah.
So...
Is he strength 16?
No, so his strike is strength 14. But he gets 5 attacks. Now if I go to sweep, he gets 15 attacks. All of which are lethal.
Damage 2.
Damage 2, -3 on your armor. So I'm going to go sweep.
Right, we made you think, at least.
10, 15.
Okay.
So 6 is a lethal and sustained.
Ugh.
So that's 3 lethal and sustained. So those 3 ones come back in, take 1 out.
Okay.
Then it's going to be 4's to wound.
So you can hear some muttering in the background. I think it's quite atmospheric. It's like Poxwalkers muttering in the shadows.
They're all dead.
But it's, oh yeah. But it's not. It's actually 2 guys next door playing bolt action.
That's a really poor roll. But that's still 6 saves at -3.
6 saves at -3.
It's gone.
It's gone. All right, we hoped. Oh, okay. Removed. Didn't get to fire my missiles. We'll figure out the mess from the fishing side as well as the barrel splits open. All right, so end of turn. Points coming through. 8 points for primaries, 3 points for... 3 points. Sabotage is still going ahead. So Jason has to survive, which he probably will with the Tallyman, just performing that action. Interesting thing about Sabotage, which I don't know if they've changed the wording on it here for this latest edition of the cards, but it's just something to point out for your own games. 1 unit from army that is within a terrain feature and not within your deployment zone. But it's not the terrain feature itself, it's the model that's doing the action. So the Tallyman needs to be outside of your deployment zone in a piece of terrain. So it's interesting because this terrain piece here, for example, it's both in and outside of the deployment zone, but Jason is, as you can see here, he's got the model outside of his deployment zone and in the terrain piece, which is okay for that. It's interesting. It means you don't have to stretch perhaps as far to try and find another terrain piece for Sabotage. That's totally fine. Just something interesting to adopt there. Sabotage potentially can be not so much of a stretch. Devilfish across there. Overwhelming force was fulfilled for 3 points. So score at this point without Sabotage. The points will probably come in, but without Sabotage, 21 points to 20. The scores are quite even. Death Guard are ahead, potentially a bit more ahead when those points of Sabotage come through. Damage-wise, I think they've tipped things as well, and they're looking strong on objectives. You've got Mortarian sat on that one. Disaster. Not much Tau here to go after this one. We were here in a nice quiet spot, and that's now been flooded by these putrid units across here. Tau need to fight back hard if they're to stand a chance in this game. To try and stop the Death Guard from picking up points, try and position ourselves to score points of our own. Turn 3, middle stage of the game for the Tau next. Alright, so turn 3, middle stage of the game for the Tau. Cards in play as recover assets and engage in all fronts, which is table quarters. Tricky enough at this stage as we try and contain and hold back the Death Guard as much as possible. Most units on the move here. These holding, recover assets, I'm going to try and go for 2 areas of the board. Our deployment zone and no man's land with that unit of Fire Warriors. Shifted across to shoot with the remaining broadside. Stealth teams moved across to catch an angle there as well. The last decision we made was to pull the stealth team across to here, dropping Commander NATO to lend some firepower support to try and protect this flank, or to do something to alleviate the situation in this flank. Dropping out of close combat with a ghost kill. The hammerheads move around with an angle to see Mortarian over in the distance. This hammerhead shifted across to fire up across here in this direction, and then around the other side of the table we have Fire Warriors here, and I've called those out already. These we advanced. We have the assault keyword, so we can still shoot, in range still for grenades. Jason was here with Mortarian. He reacted. It's one of the abilities that you can use for Mortarian. It went back 5 inches. And that was done after the Piranhas moved around. They moved around to here. They're real close. But now Jason's managed to get outside of our military range, which is quite tasty on those if the wounds get through. Then the commanders moved across, stretching as much as we can. 3 of them can catch the angle on the wings across here, and Mortarian, 1 of them can't. And that's it. And I think Jason's going to go with no rapid ingress. He'll save the deployment for next turn. So if we're ready, we'll go on to shooting phase next for the town turn 3. Right, first up, breachers with their grenades into Mortarian. Every wound counts, if we can do it. We'll pick on a friend here. Blood Angel's Ryan. Yeah, we'll save him. I was going to save him for close combat, but we're not really going to be charging stuff. We'll go Michael Fryer, Space Marine player. 4s. Just 2. Go straight through to your feel no pains of 5+. Double 6. Absolute curses. Okay, shrugged. Oh dear. You can imagine the grenades being thrown, he just bats them back like cricket or something.
That's what the scythe's for, actually. It's what that.
Oh dear me. Right, okay. Grenades repulsed, much to the horror of the Tau. So as per usual, the Tau are going to do this in stages. So breachers are going to light up Mortarion because they've got the mark light keyword, they're strip cover. We're on turn 3, so Cadian kicks in, and we'll do their volley with them into Mortarion now. So I think I lost another, you count me up there, I think it's 6 models left. I think we lost one from disembarkation.
You got 7.
7. Yeah, we lost 2, then another one, yeah, 7. So 7 shots, plus another 7, plus another 7 for the Cadre Fireblade. We're looking at 3s. So taking away the 1s and 2s. Going to add in an extra 5 hits for sustained. And then we're going to be wounding on 6s. Wretched thing. Right. Just going to check the rules. You're not on an objective, so it's not going to be that great. I could be rerolling wound rolls of 1. No, I don't get anything for breaching clear. You know, there's no bonus at all. It's just the 6s that we got, which is 3. AP -1.
All good.
All passed. Okay, we're at the foot of the mountain, and we still haven't made the first step here. Cadre Fireblade. 2 hits with a sustained. 6s to wound. Nothing. And nothing at all. Okay, so that's their firepower done. We'll offload then with the Piranhas. We'll go to 2 shots here with a fusion. They're both in range, but both out of melter range. We'll turn to, yeah, I'm annoyed enough. We'll go to Ray Cross. At this point, it comes a point in the game you just have to use his dice. So we're looking at 3s because we're guided in.
Oh.
I got a bad feeling about this. We've been drawn into a trap.
All you hear in the background is a low ho, 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 ho.
Yeah. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying to wiggle, thinking of ways. If I couldn't get the stealth teams any kind of angle on Mortarion, which is a shame. Okay. Leave it like, well, what can I do? And then we'll go drones here, which will be 8 shots. Can we destroy Mortarion? Turns into, can we even put a wound on him at the moment? I'm trying to see what our base is with those drones. Just see if it's 4s. Surely it's not. It's going to be 5s. Starting with those. Piranhas. No, twin pulse carbine. Range 4s to hit, so 3s. And a sustained. And we're trying to wound on 6s. And we're twin linked. Aha! 3 wounds, 2 ups.
Takes 1.
A wound.
Feeling a pain.
Feeling a pain. Please. Okay, a wound from a drone. Good lad. Or good AI. We'll turn to fusion blasters next. 4 on the commander. 2 others that can see. Right, talk about the rules for the Tau. Apparently now, if you split fire, you don't suffer the minus for firing at something that's separate. Okay. In which case, just going in the right order, we'll use these to light up those. And then we're going to split up a firepower. The model that can't see, Mortarion will go across into them. 8 shots into Mortarion. They're all outside, sadly, of melter range. Stop. Blood Angel's right. We'll pretend this is like a close combat shooting. It's as close as we're going to get. 3s we're after. Stop right there. Rerolling 1s. No, not. That's across there. Sorry. Okay. And I think it's reroll win rolls and damage. It's not hit rolls. With the unit, I'm clutching at straws here, but just checking. Monster vehicle reroll the wound roll and damage. Yeah. So we're just going to leave it at that. So that's the hits coming through. We're trying to wound hit. 1 wound comes through. Yay. And then we're going to try and reroll the wound. Oh, 2 more. Okay, 3 make it through. The AP decent enough, so 4+ invulnerable saves on 3 dice.
For the save.
Dave Humphries for the saves.
1 goes through.
1 goes through. Damage of 6. We'll keep it, obviously. And feel no pain.
How many times have you seen 6 5 up?
Plenty of times.
There's 1. She takes 5.
Ooh.
He's down to 8 wounds.
8 wounds left. Not bad, not bad, not bad, but not good enough for sure. So we'll go for the 2 shots then into those Marines. 1 hit comes through. A wound comes through.
Minus
-4.
Dead.
D6 damage. Could roll a 1. And we don't. 5. Okay, so one Marine goes splat. Gun drones. You forgot them. Rerolling ones. Sustained. 5s because you're strength 5, toughness 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're twin linked. 3 saves, no minus. 3 saves are 3+.
See if Sam Hermes can do a better job.
Okay.
Yeah, he does well.
Blocks them all. Nice. Good, reliable Imperial player there for protecting the Marines. These guys will do these. No. We advanced. All we got from them is a gun drone, which misses, and that's it. So that's them done. We'll just go in logical order, which would be him. So he'll put all of his shots into those. 2 heavy rail rifles. 2 hits, base of 4 +1 to the hit rolls. 2s to wound, strength 12. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the guidance coming from them. -4. Dead. Another splat.
Absolutely obliterated.
Fly swatting at the moment. Here with these.
We'll take the Black Launcher off.
Twin plasma. 6 would be great. 1 hit though. 3s to wound. Twin linked. And 4. -3. Scrubbed cover. 6s.
Damage?
3.
Oh,
Another one gone.
This chap.
Picking them off slowly but surely. There's some hope for us yet. Perhaps our last chance. Hammerhead has manoeuvred itself to see through to Mortarion across the other side. We've got our 2 missiles. We'll certainly use those. I'm going to put all these shots into Mortarion, and then a little bit of Dakar we'll just put into those with the smart missile systems. No. Put them into there, actually. Right, brace yourself. Nicholas Lucas. Imperial player, but it's the last Patreon we have. Railgun, 1 shot. Needing a 3.
Bracketed as well.
Bracketed. -1 to hit rolls. Right, so starting on 4. +1 to our ballistic skill. For being lit up. 3s. Bracket -1. 4. Shooting at a monster vehicle. +1 to hit rolls. Yes, it cancels it out. It's on 3s. 1. We'll use our built-in reroll now. 3. We get it, just about. Then we're going to try and wound on a 3. Give me a 6. Got it. Uh-oh. Devastating wounds.
Yep.
The damage. Give me another 6. 5. 11. It's down to the feel no pain now. All of a sudden, Mortarion is in trouble. 3.
He's dead?
He's gone. Does he blow up?
Dead. Yes.
No. He's been picked off. He's been picked off. Ah, dear, we can breathe again. Unbelievable. Right, okay. It's Hammerhead. The Bane here. They were a Bane in the previous game. And a shot snuck through. It's got through against Mortarion, against the different layers of protection against him. Right, so firepower down, successive for the town that flank. We'll switch to here. Big troubles for them. We'll see what we can do and try and alleviate the situation. Commander NATO's turned up to try and remedy the situation. If that wasn't devastating wounds, take your invuln. That's what I was expecting. It still would have got through. Okay. Oof. Right, we'll switch to these. We're going to load up our shots and go into these Terminators. The problem for us trying to get through them is they are damage. They're 4 wounds, so we're damaged 3. So, NATO squad firing through. All the plasma lit up by this Hammerhead. And we're going for 3s. We're looking at 3s. And we'll keep that result. And then we'll just reroll. It's a fire knife. Yeah, so built-in reroll ones. And then if the unit is at starting strength, which they are, it's reroll hit rolls. Oof, they've all hit, and then
Turning on now.
yeah, Cadian kicks in for an extra 5. The previous update would have been an extra 5 on top of that. We're going to go for 3s to wound. And these ones as well. Yeah, there's loads of... Sorry, that was a 5. These have all failed.
4, 8.
Yeah, there's no help with the reroll on the wounds. 8. -3. 4 ups.
Spots. Kill 1. 1's down to a wound.
Okay, it helps, but it's not a clearance of those. They're going to be a problem. I take it like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, not him though. He's got the icon just there.
Sorry. Middle guy?
Yep, which one?
And the other guy at the front?
Yep.
Okay. So next up, we'll railgun across here. Seeker or Smart Missile Systems into there from range, I don't think so. So we'll go for a single railgun shot, and we need a 3. A 2. We'll use our built-in reroll. Ah, missed. Okay. So end of turn. It's been successful for the Tau. The loss of Mortarion is a big blow over on that side. It really tips things in favour of the Tau. Not such good results across here, but not all is lost. It's going to be a fight though for sure. Good news for the Death Guard going into their next turn. They're tactically going to be holding on to more objectives. They're going to pick up a nice lot of points. Points they're coming through for the Tau. 8 points for primaries, and then 3 points for recover assets completed by 2. And then I was going to dump engage on front, so we've actually managed to pick up points for it. 1 table quarter, 2 and 3. So 2 points picked up for that, taking us to 33. So Tau on 33 points, 24 to the Death Guard. They've got a turn in hand. I think they're pretty much going to go past us with the points coming through for primaries, plus their secondaries. This battle is far from over. Turn 3 for the Death Guard next. Right, so Death Guard turn 3. Cards drawn, marked for death and defend stronghold. So Jason's chosen this one, pretty obvious. Only 2 wounds left on the hammerhead, and our 3 for Jason to try and destroy is the the broadside. Just the way it's positioned, it's quite safe there. Strike team and hammerhead in this corner. So their movement, these haven't moved. Certainly not frozen in fear, but haven't moved just because of the danger of Overwatch from these. Blight Hauler's moved up, Rhino on the objective. These 2 moving across, I think, to reinforce the middle. Again, the dangers of Overwatch haven't moved with the regular Plague Marines. And then the final Deep Strikers to arrive on the board. They've turned up just here. That's the thing with those, right? You don't have to worry too much about rapid ingress trying to get the extra move because they can land so close to go after afflicted units. You can land just over 6 inches away and still charge. It's those Fire Warriors, which are just casually swimming upstream. Now might be hooked out by that unit across there. That's movement done. I thought we had that corner secure, but not the case now, with the Lord of Contagion and his buddies arriving across there. It may be the case that the Death Guard take the heaviest casualties, but tactically they win because they're better placed on the board, raking points in. Jason's got his 3 for sabotage come through, 13 for primaries, which is a big points haul coming through, getting himself in the lead once again. By a fair bit, actually. You're on about 40 points now. We're on 33, plus your secondaries. It's looking healthy for the Death Guard as far as points are concerned. We'll go into their shooting phase next. So a few things going on. He's lit up those with his ability to grant reroll 1s if it's blast, reroll the hit roll. That's going to shoot down there. But first, he is just within 12 to go after the Ghost Kill. 4 wounds to try and get hit.
And 1 shot.
Yeah, it's Chris Hutchins' dice being used here.
I think something like strength 5.
And you've met Chris, haven't you?
Chris, yeah.
Yeah, over in the USA.
So this is twin linked. And it's strength 5. So it's only 5 to wound.
Okay.
Nope. And twin linked. Nope. It's fine.
Okay.
Drone.
Right, this thing, nasty thing that it is, firing into my Crisis Battleship team.
Do the drones count as part of the unit?
Nope. Just for show.
So that's 7 shots.
7 shots. Oh, you're trying to rack up blast.
Yeah.
Used to, but they changed it now.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling any hits.
Ouch.
Sorry, hitting on 3s, re-rolling any hits because it's blast. 1 lethal.
Okay.
1 miss. Just turns into another lethal. Wounding on 2s and re-rolling 1s.
Oh no, this is going to hurt.
So that's 7 on your invulns and they're flat 3 damage.
Oh, this is going to hurt. What's your AP minus?
-2 goes to -3 because of affliction.
Right. Yeah, even with any kind of shenanigans going on for cover, for our AP -1 reduction, because it's an enforcer leading them, it's still going to be AP -1. It's going to take us to a 4+ save or 4+ invulnerable save. That's what I wanted to check. Don't start the 2 up, do we? No, I'm going to check. Right. So we need 4s. And we block most. 2 go 3, damage 3.
Yeah. So
in which case, leave that 2, take him off, and then stick that on the fresh guy over here. Oh,
he's dead.
He's full nose, fainted. Right, so that's the situation. One of those brought down. Jason was hoping for more, but we rolled above average there on the Xenos dice.
Grenades in some.
Yeah, their firepower's now available.
This is grenades.
Oh no! Go ahead. 4s.
3.
Good shooting. Well done. That was worth it. CP being spent and dropping down to 4 wins left on him. And the next, the firepower from that unit.
Back into them as well. So we've got the bolter, plasma, and the character.
Okay.
So the. Do you know what?
It's like he's the bolter guy who stood there faithfully, just lipping onto it. It's like he's putting his toe into a pond. just to hold on to the objective.
Bolter, 2 hits. Oops. Wounding you on.
Sorry. I'm just getting visions of him just putting his toe across, like Nicky, no, like that. I've got my foot on the objective. Something you do at school, isn't it?
You're T4 now, right?
Yeah.
No wounds.
Okay.
Plasma gun. We're going to go overcharge. 1 hit.
Okay.
Which does wound.
Locked. God, where would we be without that invuln save?
And then it's 5 shots.
Okay.
Strength 7, so 3s to wound.
Yes.
It's 3 saves on your invuln, so -3.
Ouch. Damage?
2.
Oh no. 4 ups. Come on. No, you got him. No. Just die. Squad destroyed. Oh, that's a loss. And we need to take all the drones off. We'll keep on 1 shield drone to remind us about the command.
Right.
This battle's not over yet. No way. Okay, right now into the ghost kill.
So it's got a Havoc launcher. D6 shots.
Okay.
3. Hitting you on 4s because you're stealth.
Yes.
That's all 3 hits. Strength 5. You're now T7s as 5s. 1 save at -1.
Okay.
It's only 1 damage.
Passed.
And then the bolters, these are lethal.
Okay.
So hitting you on 4s, 6 is lethal. Only 3 hits. And wounding you on 5s. It's 2 saves at -1.
Okay, there's a 2 there. Yeah, we're good. -1, but we've got cover. So 2 ups, okay. We start on a base of 2+.
He's good. Right, so the next one is going to be these boys here.
Yeah, firing these next. So range protecting to some degree the breaches. It's 1 flamey spurt thing's going to go into them. The rest are going into the piranhas.
So the piranhas first. Oh wow, there's 15 shots into the piranhas.
Yeah. Death Guard are not out of this. There's no way. No way.
So we need 60s.
And Death Guard are the kind of army that can win a game with just a few models left on the board because they're hyper elite. So we've just got to watch ourselves here with the tout.
It's 3 normal saves.
3 saves. No AP minus.
No.
4 ups. Ooh, block them all. Okay.
And then the 1 into the breaches is 5. These are anti-infantry 4 up. Ignore cover.
Okay.
So just 2 more. 2 more normal saves.
Failed. So take away the 2 upstairs closest to you. Okay. Add them to our dead fish pile. Okay.
It's just Typhus' squad and the papers.
Do you have a spare hour? We could answer the question why people hate the tower. Okay, we don't have a spare hour.
Because Mortarian, that's why.
Yeah, well, okay, because of the things they do. Right, so just we just figured out what's going on.
Oh. Yeah. Charge that. So Typhus mortals into the suits.
Oh yeah, okay. So all the Spurty stuff going into him, and then Typhus' psychic ability into those.
So Spurties, we're going to use.
You've held your own dice here for the whole game.
Well, you see, that's going to be something special. So it's 9.
It was perhaps going to be used for something special with Mortarian. If he's going to use it for something else.
Just rub it in, Luke.
Sorry. Sorry.
So these are winning you on 6s.
Yes.
3 saves at -1 because of affliction, and they ignore cover.
Into him.
Into him, yeah.
3 ups. A lot more except 1.
Take damage.
To 1 wind left. No, down to 3 winds left. Sorry, taking 1 wind.
Typhus is going to do D6 into the suits. This is mortals. So I rolled a 2.
Yes.
3 mortals into those.
Ouch! Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll drop down to 2 on him. So it's not quite over yet. We've got the nasty Blight Hauler. This thing here, it's amazing firepower.
So it's going to do plague spurts into the hammerhead. It's got like a bowl spurt, which is say like 12-inch range, but everything else is going into the suits.
Oh no.
Because they're vehicles, yeah?
They are.
+1 to hit into wound. So the bowl spurt into the hammerhead. These are hitting you on 3 6s of lethal. So it's 1 lethal and 2 hits.
Okay.
Strength 5. You got now T9, so 5s to wound.
Yeah.
So 2 saves at -2, I think it might be, because I think it's -1 naturally.
Fail both.
Let me just double check, I might be wrong.
One of those was a 4. If it's -1, we'll survive.
Bowl spurt is 0, so it's only -1.
1 win taken. Dropping down to 1 win left.
Then the multi-melter, 2 shots, 6s are lethal. 1 lethal,
Yeah.
1 hit.
Good. Yeah, wounding 3s.
+1 to the wound, because you're a vehicle.
2s.
So that's 2 saves at -4.
There's nothing I can do.
So that's 2d6 damage, yeah?
Yes, D6 on the first one.
2.
2. And I was on 3.
He'd taken 3 from Typhus, I think.
Yes, 3.
So
There's 2 left. So you got him.
So he's gone. And the second one is just 1.
Dropping down to 4.
Then the missile launcher.
Sorry, not cheating, everyone. I picked up the wound dice because it was on a 6 and that was wrong. It should have been something else, but it's all sorted out now. That's good. It was definitely 3 that came through from him. 2, 5 wounds gone. Fine. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Missile launcher.
Yeah.
Hits. Wounds.
Yes.
-3. -2. -2.
Try and block this one. We do want a 5.
That's fine.
Okay, I'd rather not have lost any from that squad. He's picking on battle suits here, which is the right thing to do. They're dangerous enough. Oh no, that hidden thing in that far corner. So, well, it's not so hidden. It's emerged and can put entropy cannons and so on into the piranhas.
So it's also got... Well, I've got the indirect I can go into then. We need...
So, everything.
2 entropy into these.
Into those, right.
Everything else into them.
Yeah, so going after piranhas and breaches.
1 hit.
Toughness 7.
So it'll be a 3 to wound. Yes. Save at -3.
6 up if we're getting cover. No.
So it's 5 damage. Takes him down to 1 wound.
1 win left. Okay, yep.
Rot's Howl into the breaches.
Yes.
So 6 is lethal, hitting on 3s. 1 lethal, so it's 1 save, 1 normal save.
No.
Kills 1. Got it from the top.
Yep, top. Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
And then the cannon, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there was 6, but it's going to be D6 +4. Oh, well. I'm going to CP that.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two plus 3 plus 1 plus, yes. That's
3s.
wounding you on 2s.
-1 to wound roll. For Guardian Drone.
Oh, 3s.
3s.
So that's 3 saves at -1 but cover, so 3 saves on your normal.
4 ups. Block 1.
So that's 1 dead.
2. 3.
2.
Yeah, just 3 came through.
So 2 dead to 1 dead.
2 dead.
2 dead. Mortals.
Yeah, it's just 2 slain from there. Oh,
So they'll
mortals.
take mortals on a 6.
Okay.
Nope. And then these also on a 6.
Yes.
Get it in the tray. No.
Okay. All right. Right, they're up for the charge. I tried to slow them with photon grenades, but Jason rolled an 11. Ain't no Tau technology going to stop that. Come through. Oh dear. Flashing lights ain't gonna. It's not gonna stop them going in. We'll zoom in here. We'll capture this. Oh yuck.
Well, technically they are Mortarian's bodyguard, and seeing this act of atrocity.
Yeah. Oh, they'd be annoyed. Oh, they would be livid. Okay.
Just gonna check out the situation on this side.
Oh, what have I done?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, you did.
Overwatch. Oh, I tried to save my fishy friends and then neglected. Oh, caught on camera my lapse in concentration. I was going to Overwatch. We'll console ourselves with what we would have rolled as a terrible roll.
Oh.
I would have got 4 hits.
I think it gets sustained on the Overwatch too, because it's my turn.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not spotted anymore.
Oh. No, do get it. You just turn 3 onwards, you just get sustained. So that would have been that, and then I'm just going to roll this up here. We would have got 2 wounds.
One
Would have taken out him, which would have helped a bit.
Gonna multi-charge the hammerhead and the ghost kill.
Yes, fine.
So it's a 6 to the ghost kill. I've got a CP on standby. And I need it.
You need it. Oh man. It's almost a game deciding moment here, potentially.
9.
9. Oh, in they go. We've got the multi-charge here. Big trouble for these 2 Tau units. Grizzly stuff, right? That charge has gone in. It's exactly what Jason in. It's tight, but we checked, double checked. It's totally fine. So in they go, in they go. Now you can really split these attacks up and potentially should be able to take both targets down.
Can't interrupt again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I was tempted to save points for that, but just to speed the game up. So you're free to fight with all of these. They're all good ones here for the Death Guard.
These get sustained, lethal, and lance.
Yeah.
So go there.
We'll leave that one. We'll go with. It's logical to go with him
Yeah,
first.
let's go
Right?
him first. Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a wound against a hammerhead, if possible.
So he gets 4 attacks.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. I'm going to use.
You're saving your longbow dice.
I am indeed.
Lee C.
Lee C.
Just recently upgraded to gold level Patreon.
Hitting on 3, 6 is a lethal. 1 hit.
Oh.
That's not gone quite as well as I hoped. And then strength 6 would be a 5 to wound.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay.
So it's down to these guys to split up their attacks now. Resolve that combat, destroyed, and then shifted over onto that objective. That was swift. An insane amount of attacks. They can go to sweep and just cut through Tau units. Nasty stuff. So we're deciding what to do about this, the split here.
So you've got no more drones.
I thought I had a solid line running around here, and it's just been cut into.
I think we're going to put the 2 Death Shroud, or a Death Shroud into the Ghost Kill, a Death Shroud into the Hammerhead, and Typhus into the Hammerhead.
Whoa, once the hammerhead gone.
So,
A little bit of revenge, a little bit of spite coming through here against him. Don't blame you. Don't blame you. Because that's the other half of the bodyguard, right? For Mortarion.
Yeah.
No,
although Typhus does hate Mortarion, so he's probably laughing.
yeah.
So Typhus is the purple dice, Death Shroud is the thing, and I'm going to use myself.
Here we go.
Don't let me down. 6 is lethal.
Longbow BB, using the
on
longbow BB
This is
dice.
into the Hammerhead.
Okay.
Oops.
How potent are the dice if rolled by the actual
Only 1
person?
lethal, but 1 miss. So you are now toughness 9, correct?
Yes.
So these are wounding
On the ghost kill?
No, this is on the...
Hammerhead, yeah, toughness 9, yep.
Yeah, so these are wounding you on 5s, these are wounding you on 4s.
Okay. Pink's wounding on 4s.
Pink's on 4s, yeah. So you got... these are all at -3.
Oh, no.
They're 3 damage, they're 2.
Right.
6s.
6s, yeah. So I could just roll them all because they're all the same save. 5 6s required. Oh, close! Good try. Do we detonate? Nope. I haven't had a detonation on the channel for a while.
Yeah.
Last few games has been none. Target removed. That can go, that can go.
And then onto the ghost kill.
Onto the ghost kill. 3 wounds left against him.
Unlethal, 3 hits.
Well done.
Your
Toughness 7 now.
7, so 3's to wound. So you've got 3 saves at -3.
3 saves at -3. 3 5-ups. We're going to go. We're going to go. He's a vehicle. He could blow up as well. He does not. I don't know if he does, but anyway, he failed. He's removed from play. Oh, all of a sudden, a whole load of units come crashing out of the game here for the tower. That can drop in there. Commander NATO now finds himself very much alone.
Just looking to see if I can move the 3 inches into that.
Just ignore these drones.
I ignore the drones, then it's no. It's no. It's no. That's,
Right. You can stop now. The killing's over.
I want more.
End of turn, calculate points. Excellent round here for the Death Guard. I thought we were tipping it nicely in our favour, but no. That is serious destruction. Great revenge taking place here by the Death Guard, really putting the tower into a difficult spot. So end of turn, points coming through. Remember, 3 points coming through for sabotage, 30 points for primaries, 2 points for...
secondary, with 3 on defend.
Yeah, 3 on defend stronghold. And what was the 2 for?
2 was for the baby marked death.
Oh yeah, destroying this the one marked here, 4 marked for death. Taking Jason to 42 points, potentially another 3 points coming through. Tau on 33. They do trail here. Game's not over yet. It's not a disaster as far as points are concerned. We're behind the Death Guard, but not by too much. For us to win, we would need to wipe parts of the board seriously, cash in on points, and then try and rake in on turn 5. I suppose both armies are going to try and do that. Going to try and cash in on turn 5. But yeah, interesting. And this game has so much baggage with it. You need to check out the previous battle as well, just to see these two clash as well. It's become a great combo. The sequel here to the first the first encounter. That's if you go back a few challenge games on the channel, you'll see that. All right, we'll go on to turn 4. Tau still in the fight. It's an uphill struggle for them, or an upstream struggle. We'll go on to turn 4 for them next. All right, so turn 4 here for the Tau. Desperate stuff. We've moved these round, and the stealth team. Let's try and clear away through here. It could be too little, too late. 8-inch move just about gets us onto the objective. We were Overwatch, lost 2 models, just the 1 model left. Broadside's moved out just to give us firing angles. Fire Warriors finally getting involved. Commanders lipped onto the objective. We don't control that, by the way. The upstairs model doesn't count. It's too far away from the objective, too high up. So it was 2 breaches at OC2, and then Jason had 4 OC1 models, so it actually cancelled out. It's just 3 points coming through for us for primaries. Lipping onto the objective of one of the piranhas. The aim is to try and clear those Terminators out of the way. Hammerhead sitting to shoot across through to him. And that's it, movement done. For the tower to do well, we need to clear these, clear them, clear them. We'll be doing a lot better. Start with the Hammerhead. It's going to do regular shooting, not guided in, against this. And we're going to put the Dakar shots over into those, the smart missile systems. Right, 1 shot, Nina 2. Patreon's all used up. Take that hit. 2's to wound, I think. Do get the wound. Good fish, but we've mad to do it, so we'll leave it, and then you can roll up here. It goes through 6 plus damage. 6 plus 1.
No, it doesn't dead.
Not dead.
It's got 10 wounds.
10 wounds. Oh. Right, we'll leave it. If we had a command re-rolled, wouldn't have killed it still. Oof, right, I took Jason's advice off camera. He was saying, just there's more important stuff over there. Okay, so they're going to do some seeker missiles, or smart missile systems, sorry. So those have all hit with this. -1 to hit rolls indirect, right?
No, it's always on a 4. Because you'd be hitting me on a 3 normally, right?
No, hitting on 4.
Be -1 on the... It can't be better than a 4.
So that goes out and comes back in with a sustained. 5s to wind. Twin linked. 2 saves. Just on regular dudes. Okay, so they passed. That was firepower against those. Right, so Hammerhead's finished. We're going to use those to light up them. And we're going to put all of our shots into them. I've had enough of them. We're going to see if we can get rid of them. So, Commander and 2 friends. 3s, rerolling 1s. Nice. Or better. Add those 2 in. 3s to wound. A really good roll. It's okay. 5 saves. They're all in 1 saves across the board. 4 ups. Yeah. 5 saves of 4 plus.
Ooh, so it's 1 dead. That's all the Death Shroud dead.
Okay.
Apart from Typhus, he's alive on 4.
Okay. Not bad. 2 drone shots. Both missed. Rerolling 1s. Still missed. Okay. It makes sense, I think, for us to put their firepower into this to try and get rid of it. Okay. So 4 up with a fusion blaster. Oof, just about. Got our wound. AP -4.
Yes.
In bun.
6.
Blast. Okay.
Oh, they get 5 pin bump, yeah.
Yeah, damage would have been. Oh, would have been real good. Okay, damage would have been 7. And then a little bit of Daka. That's it. Okay, so that's that cluster of firepower done. Next up, Tower Commander put his shots in. We'll guide him in with this unit to guide. Now, why would I do that? Because it give me +1 to hit rolls. Give me, could guide something else here. Just think here. Right, so we're going to forsake cleanse. We're going to use him to guide in the last of the broadsides. Again, I wish I had all 3 of them left, but anyway, just the one. So we're going to go with the heavy rail rifle, needing 3s being guided. So rerolling 1s. So the guiding hasn't helped. We're looking at 3s. 6 would be great. We do. Devastating wounds. D6 +1. It's not going to be enough though, is it? It's got a 5. So 6 wounds caused on the Rhino.
4 left.
4 wounds left. 2 missile shots. 2 6s to give us a chance. No, 1 hit. Rerolling 1s. Yes. 3 hits. Winning on 5s. Rerolling 1s. Nothing from him. I did say the plasma was going into the 2 hits because of sustained. Trying to wound. 1. Yeah, 1 wound comes through. Something like a 6 up will do it.
It's 5 up.
5, yeah. 5, sorry, yeah. Okay, damage 3. So we'll remove 1 more. Fire Warriors, most in rapid. 19 shots. Going to go into those. Try and saturate them if we can. Unguided, need 4s. Okay, it's horrific. The Tau War Machine running out of steam here. Add in 2. 5s to win. 2 saves of 3+. Horrific.
Takes a wound.
1 win taken. Almost got them, frustratingly. Almost got them.
Yes.
Yes. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the Breacher team to guide him into here. We do the commander first. And he's going to roll 4 6s.
Almost.
Oh, I've got 2. +1 to hit rolls. That's 6 hits.
Is he getting 2s?
Yeah. Starting on 3s and then +1 for guiding in. We're then looking at 3s to wound with no kind of rerolls.
4 saves?
Yeah, 4 saves. Interesting. It's quite an important roll here.
All of them.
All of them, great. Okay, game over. That could have swung either way. If I was in, that would have been D6 +2 each time. Oof, boy. Okay, well then use that squad to chuck grenades.
I can't bat them back this time.
Desperation, yeah. Then 4s. 3.
Mine's down to a both.
Okay. And then we'll shoot at you. 6 shots for the breaches. Need 2s against a guided unit. Not rerolling 1s. 5s to win. Toughness 7.
No.
Nothing. You're on an objective reroll. And turned it into those. AP -1, so 4.
Kill that one. So I'll put the wound on the character, but
It's him, yeah. Okay, 1 slain. We, I think, now control the objective, so we'll cleanse with the piranhas. Kind of weird. Oh, sorry, Cadre Fireblade. Crazy. 2 extra hits. 5 and 6s are good. Re-rolling on the objective. Doesn't help. 1. Passed as well. Okay. Alright, shooting phase finished. The piranhas will cleanse, just try and get some points in for us. We'll leave it at that, no charges to take place. There was the potential of using a command point for tank shock, even these as vehicles. But no, we have no CP left. End of turn. I think the tower are down and out of this one here, but I'll give you an update on the score. Yeah, we may be stopping the game here because it's literally impossible for the tower to do anything. The score is just 3 points for primaries. That's killed us. The failure to control that objective over there. Then just the 2 points coming through for cleanse, and then we dumped storm hostile objective. Didn't pick that up. That doesn't count. We control the objective. It wasn't a hostile objective because it wasn't under Jason's control at the start of the turn. Regardless, 5 points coming through, taking us to 38. Defend Stronghold then came through for Jason, taking him to 45. So already ahead, and then come round to his turn for 13 points coming through. 5, 5, and 3. Which means we would just have turn 5 left to try and regain those points. Which we can't, because on turn 5 on my turn, it's the start of my battle round for points coming through. 55. It's all right, Jason's just retallied the score there. It's actually short by another 10 points. When it comes around to my turn 5, I would be counting my points as I'm sitting on objectives, which is none. You're going to clear all 3 of these, and then you're going to then cash in on the objectives at the end. So it's utterly lost here for the tower. Not a chance as we go on. But having said that, locked horns, for sure. Both armies, and Mortarion gunned down by the tower. So, to be honest, there's some strict stuff going on, like with the way the terrain's done, and certain things. But I could see the reason. It's totally fine, because I can see the reason why. You've got to be fair in tournaments. It's not fair having one table imbalanced terrain compared to another, or one player saying, well, you had all the terrain in your favour. So this is fine.
I think the new tower spotting rule has, because I think if you had the old spotting rule, you would have suffered massively.
Yes.
I think, not saying nothing against your game style, just the rules of the game. But I think now that you can, one unit can spawn,
and everyone gets it. I like that. No, it suits the tower just fine.
Speak.
Playing in this style certainly does affect your list building. So certain units to choose, like deep striking crisis teams are fine, dropping in where you need them because it's more difficult to get your angles. Other units that struggle to relocate to shoot, such as broadsides, who struggle to get into position, it affects those kind of choices. Hammerheads are alright, they can float around stuff and get their angles. They're not too bad.
There's a few different, obviously, terrain layouts and things, but generally long line of sights are not as prevalent as they are in narrative. Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this format, as we said earlier on, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We could feature some UKTC style games. It could attract some tournament players onto the channel, which would be great to see. Some of the Phoenix Lords and others connected to the channel already playing tournaments anyway. But we could make that a bit of a feature on the channel. We've brought 30k in. The reception's been excellent for that. And who knows, we could see a string of battle reports for tournament style play. We're still narrative here, but it's nice to try out the different formats. 40k, I've enjoyed this game, totally fine. Would it be a miserable experience against a super power player? I don't know. I have to say. I'd like the challenge of taking a narrative decent enough list and then taking someone on, see how good we could do. Oh, you can hear the police in the background. It's they're coming to arrest me for playing tournament 40k. But it'd be interesting to see that combo of narrative versus tournament style and see how much of a difference there is. I've been told it's quite vast, but we'll see in the challenge games, potentially in the future. But big thanks to Jason for coming down. If you like the look of this train, it's 3D printed and available from him. So either you'll see the link for that in the video description below, or if you go to the comment section, I'll leave a link. Jason will leave a link for that so you can get a hold of this train, because that is printed out precisely how it should be for the UKTC. Yeah. Right, perfect. And the battle mats from GameMat.eu laid out perfectly for you for tournament games as well. Units of the game next for both sides. pretty quick choices. Typhus here for the Death Guard, and then for the town, I'm going to give it to the Hammerheads. They're very, very useful indeed. This one was okay. This one across here, that shot against Mortarium's one in unit of the game for sure. Big thanks to our silver level Patreons. That's Brian Nilsson, W. Grimbo. Big thanks to them. You can support us through Patreon, and over on YouTube channel membership as well. We can unlock bonus content, links for that below. Great game. Thanks for watching. And tune in next time.